Thanks for joining us here on World Tech Update. I'm Nick Barber. Lots of big news this week. We'll start with Facebook that announced a $5 billion IPO Wednesday. Its S-1 document, filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission, said that in December 2011, the site tallied 483 million daily active users on the site. That's up 50% year on year. The company made a staggering $1 billion in profit last year, up from $600 million in 2010. San Francisco's South Park is where the tech types go for lunch. It's the crowd that should care about Facebook's IPO, but the mood there is cautious.
I'm sure it's going to go well, and if it does, it's going to help. If it doesn't also, because many people are also questioning whether it makes sense to go public or not with the cost it has nowadays.
I hope the IPOs continue to accelerate in the Valley. We've had the bad economy and big downturn, so if this was the start of something big, it would be great. But the requirements for going public are much stricter now, so it's a little bit harder for companies to go public.
Analysts say that the money raised from the IPO will empower Facebook to mount a more serious challenge to Google. Among some of the more interesting facts in the filing is how much the company's top executives make. Last year, CEO Mark Zuckerberg made $1.5 million, while Chief Operating Officer Sheryl Sandberg raked in almost $31 million. Almost all of her compensation was from stock awards. One business not as lucky as Facebook is Sony. The company expects to lose $3 billion in its current fiscal year, which is through March. Sony attributes losses to expenses related to the sale of its share in its LCD joint venture with Samsung, the effect of flooding in Thailand, the strong yen, and other expenses. A day before it detailed its dire set of problems, it announced that Kaz Hirai will take over the CEO post from Howard Stringer come April.
Now more than ever, it's time to bring about generational change, and I am happy to be an agent of change and thrilled that the symbol and reality of it will be my friend and colleague, Kaz Hirai.
Hirai currently runs Sony's consumer products division and is credited with turning around the company's PlayStation business. His biggest challenge as CEO will be turning around the company's TV unit, which has been in the red for 8 years. Hirai said the company has no intentions on quitting the business. Some analysts have suggested that Sony focus more on parts of the company that have industry superiority, like digital imaging. The Asus Padfone, a smartphone-tablet hybrid, will debut at Mobile World Congress later this month in Barcelona. We'll of course be there to bring you the latest. You're seeing video of the prototype that was first shown last year at Computex in Taiwan. Some industry watchers expect the device to run Android 4.0 or Ice Cream Sandwich. The Padfone has a 4.3-inch smartphone that pops into a 10.1-inch tablet. Asus chairman Johnny Shi indicated that the Padfone would ship in the first quarter of this year, but didn't disclose pricing. The Swedish Supreme Court will not hear an appeal from the founders of the Pirate Bay against prison sentences and fines imposed by lower courts. Over a year ago, the Court of Appeal sentenced the trio to jail time ranging from 4 to 10 months and a collective fine of $6.7 million. Out in San Francisco this week, thousands flocked to Macworld iWorld. Let's hear from Macworld's Alexandra Chang about some of the gadgets she saw there.
This is a special adhesive keyboard that attaches to your iPad and gives you that touch keyboard feel without actually having to add a Bluetooth keyboard or an external keyboard. It retails for $35 and has been available for about 3 months now on iKeyboard.com. This little guy will fully recharge an iPhone 7 times or extend an iPad battery by 13 hours. It takes about 9 to 10 hours to fully charge, and you can charge it just with a wall port that comes out of the battery pack. And it has 2 USB ports and a DC in port for charging with the phone and USB. This little accessory, you just attach it to the corner of your iPad where the volume comes out, sound comes out, and it'll basically make that sound louder. I think that it's about 40%, according to them, 40% louder, so it's about 2 times the perceived sound level. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's our show for this week. Thanks for joining us here on World Tech Update. To find out what's coming up on every week's show, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. As we head out this week, we'll leave you with more shots from Macworld iWorld. I'm Nick Barber, and for all of us here at the IDG News Service, thanks for watching, and we hope to see you next week.